When you hear Rome, you automatically think about a rich culture and history, marked by its famous landmarks such as the Colosseum, the Trevi Fountain, and the Pantheon. Rome is one of the most visited cities in the world, but it's really big, and to visit these iconic landmarks, you mostly have to travel by public transport. When it is your first time in Rome, it can be difficult to understand how the public transport works and at which stations you have to get out to be as close as possible to the landmarks. Hello travelers and welcome to my channel. My name is Gwen and I make videos about traveling and specifically traveling by train. As I said in the intro, in my video I'm going to tell you how to take the public transport in Rome, at which stops you need to get out and what app I use. This video will mainly be focusing on the central part of Rome. But I'm also going to make a short about public transport to a campsite I stayed at called HU Roma Camping in town, because it was a challenge to figure out which buses I needed to take. So I think that I can help some people with it. Okay, enough chit chat, let's get into it. First, how do you buy tickets and how do you use them? There are different types of tickets available. You have single tickets, 24-hour passes, 48-hour passes, 72-hour passes and 7-day passes. It is also possible to check in by using a contactless debit card on your smartphone or smartwatch. But in this video I am mostly focusing on the paper tickets that a lot of tourists buy. You can buy these paper tickets at the metro stations. When buying a paper ticket, be aware that a single ticket can only be used once and is valid for 100 minutes of travel. A single ticket costs around €1.50. These tickets are valid on all public transport in Rome within those 100 minutes. Before traveling, you must validate your ticket. This is something that is very important. Many people don't know this, which is why they sometimes get fined for it. Once validated, a stamp appears on the ticket. You can validate your ticket at the yellow or red machines. You can see a picture of it right now. At metro gates, validation happens automatically when you scan your ticket and go through the gates. But be careful to validate it manually when traveling by bus. For multi-day tickets, such as the 24-hour pass, you only need to validate the ticket once at the beginning of the 24 hours. It will then be valid from the moment of validation for the specified duration. Second, what does public transportation look like in Rome? The city has a network of metros, trams and buses. Roma Termini is the main hub for both metro lines and many buses. From there you can take metro line A or B, each running in two directions. You can see a picture of the map on the screen. There are also many bus stops located throughout the city. So now I'm going to get to the part about how do you get as close as possible to the main landmarks. In my last video I explained my 5-day trip to Rome. I planned it so that many attractions were within walking distance of each other. In the mornings I used public transport to reach the first landmark of the day, and from there I walked to the next ones. When visiting the Spanish Steps, Piazza di Spagna and Villa Borghese, I took metro line A to Spagna station. From there it's about a 2-minute walk to the Spanish Steps and the Piazza di Spagna, and around an 11-minute walk to Villa Borghese. To visit the Trevi Fountain, I took metro line A to Barberini, followed by an 8-minute walk. Instead of walking, you can also take the bus and get off at the stop Triton Fontana di Trevi. I have a bonus tip for traveling to the Trevi fountain. It is important that you get there early before it officially opens at 9 a.m. because then it is much quieter and you don't have to pay an entrance fee. Anyway, back to the public transport. To reach Piazza del Popolo, take Metro Line A to Flaminio. For the Vatican, take Metro Line A to Ottaviano. Some other stops that are kind of obvious because the attraction is literally in the name of the station, but I was gonna say it anyway. For the Colosseum, take Metro Line B to Colosseo. For Circus Maximus, take Metro Line B to Circo Massimo. And for the Vittoria Emanuele II monument, take Metro Line A to Vittorio Emanuele. Most of the time I walk to nearby attractions such as the Pantheon and the Church of Sant Ignazio di Loyola, which are close to the Vittorio Emanuele monuments, and the Roman Forum, which is near the Colosseum. And finally, I have just another tip for you. When I'm exploring a city, I use an app called City Mapper to plan my journeys using public transport. It shows your walking routes, which buses or metro lines to take, and exactly how many minutes remain until departure. This video is obviously not sponsored, otherwise I would have said so, and my channel isn't even as big. But I think that City Mapper is a really great app to explore cities and not get lost. This is how to travel by public transport in Rome. I hope you find this information helpful. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If you have any further questions, you can leave them in the comments below. Up next, you can watch my video about how I traveled through Italy by train, or you can watch more videos about train travel in Switzerland by clicking on the playlist on the right. Have a great trip!